Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Suraj. Currently, I am working at HCL Tech as Integrated Command Center Analyst. Alongside my professional role, I am also pursuing BSc Data Science and Artificial Intelligence Bachelor's degree from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. So today I will be talking about command center operations in IT environment, which is also commonly called as IT service monitoring. So let's get started. So before we understand monitoring in depth, let me first tell you what an IT service actually is. So in very simple terms, IT service is something that helps to run the business smoothly. Okay, so almost every enterprise works today with multiple IT systems such as networks, servers, applications, storage devices, and many more. Okay, now all these things are called as components. Okay, and these components work together to deliver continuous IT service to the customers or the users. Okay, now so these are interrelated. Okay, so let's suppose to run the applications we need servers run on the applications. Okay, now to connect the servers in between, or like to connect the user systems to the servers, network devices are needed. Okay, so like routers and switches, I'm talking about hardware devices. Okay, so this is one thing, and along with that, for example, we have a storage device that used to store data. Okay, so that is a storage device. Now why I am talking about this is because all these devices or components have some limitations. Okay, so for example, a storage device cannot store infinite data. It have some limitations. So for example, it can save up to 2 terabyte of data. Okay, so what if that 2 terabyte storage is already completed and then user is trying to store more data to it? It will not be possible, right? So like this, many issues can occur in this IT service environment, and that is completely general thing in IT. Okay, so to prevent this, monitoring comes into the picture. Okay, so let me describe you now what is monitoring and why it is needed. Let's focus on that. So from the name itself, it is clear that monitoring is something to monitor IT system health, whether it's working fine or not, right? So the main motive of monitoring is to detect the issue in advance before they affect the business. Okay, so to describe you, let me give you an example. Like in large IT environments, always there will be thousands or hundreds of servers, networking devices, all these components which we discussed earlier, right? So it is practically not possible to check every device health if it is having any kind of issues or not, right? In fact, in early times, many organizations relied on this manual monitoring approach because there was no option available, right? So, but this approach has some major drawbacks, right? It is very slow, very time consuming, and also like more manpower is needed, right? And if somebody will miss to check any single device, and if it will have an issue, then it will affect the business. Okay, so to prevent this all, this automated monitoring comes into the picture. Okay, so what will happen in this automated monitoring? We will install this monitoring devices in all that IT systems. Okay, and from there this automated monitoring devices will monitor each device performance or health every minute automatically. Okay, and if it detects any issues, it will directly create a ticket, or it will send an alert, whatever is configured there, and it will directly and automatically assign that ticket to the concerned team. Like if that issue is with any server, it will assign that ticket to a server team. Okay, if it is related to network, the ticket will be created and automatically routed to the network team. Okay, so this ensures fast detection, quicker response, okay, and helps us to run the business smoothly. Okay, so in short, monitoring shifts IT operations from reactive to proactive. Okay, so now let me tell you how this monitoring is implemented in actual IT environment and how monitoring helps us to reduce manual work, how this automation will help us. Okay, the first step is to configure these devices on IT components, on servers, network devices, storage devices, on all these components. Administrators from the IT configures these monitoring devices such as SolarWinds network performance monitoring tool. They configure this, okay, and with this we can monitor all the system health and performance continuously, like for every minute or every second minute it will check the threshold which we have settled. So basically the second step is defining thresholds. These thresholds are predefined limits for system metrics such as CPU utilization, memory consumption, or disk utilization. Okay, so for example, if CPU usage reaches above 75%, then it generates a warning. I mean, our monitoring tool generates a warning, and if it reaches above 85%, it generates a critical alert as well as it generates an incident ticket as well, which it routes to the concerned team to fix that issue. Okay, so this is the basic idea. We set some thresholds on each devices. Based on that, like for network devices, it will be something like device is down, yes or no. Okay, so if that device is down, then it will send an alert or it will generate a ticket. But if it will be as no, then it will not do anything. It will consider that system state is healthy. Okay, so this is the basic idea where these thresholds comes into the picture. Okay, so now after this, the next step is to integrate this monitoring tool with ticketing system, because it's fine that our monitoring tool detected the issue early before it affects the business, but after like detecting, we should have a ticketing tool from there, like we can generate a ticket, and I mean the concerned team should get to know about that, right? So in order to do that, these monitoring tools are integrated to ticketing tool, which we call it as ServiceNow. There are many, but yes, we use ServiceNow ticketing tool. Okay, so that will be done from the organizational level. They integrate these tools together. Okay, and once it is integrated together, this total automated monitoring will work. Okay, so from the start, so let's suppose both monitoring tool and this ticketing tool are configured, okay, and we have n number of components like servers, network devices, storage devices, etc. Okay, if any one of the matrices, like if that CPU utilization is going beyond 90% or whatever the threshold is settled by our organization, if it goes beyond that, then that ticketing tool will generate a ticket, okay, to our sorry, that monitoring tool will generate a ticket to our ticketing tool. Okay, and that ticketing, from that ticketing tool, it will directly assign the ticket to the concerned team. Okay, so see how this process is easy if we compare it from manual monitoring. Okay, because this monitoring devices or monitoring tools are working in the backend without manual intervention. We have just settled it up there, and it is like checking the each device state in a loop mode, like in every minute or every 2 minutes it is checking all the threshold or all the matrices which we have settled. Okay, so this is the whole thing by which monitoring systems are working. Here we have example of a network alert. So there like some any device is unreachable, okay, that is router 01. So these details will be there in the alert or in the ticket which our this automated process will create. Okay. So there will be alert title that it is a critical alert that device is unreachable, okay, and this details in the message there will be, okay, that this device router is not responding to the ping result. Like this monitoring device has tried to reach that network device for 3 times, but all the 3 times this ping got failed, okay. So with that, our monitoring tool considered that this network device is down, okay, and all these details they have added, and from that this tool will create a ticket and assign to the network team, and then network team can look onto it. But yes, now after creating this alert and the time till this issue get resolved, okay, during that time as well our monitoring devices keeps working in the background, but instead of creating any new ticket or new alerts, it is very smart, it keeps updating that same ticket, okay. So from then, if a ticket is created, so from then it will not generate a new alert. Instead of doing that, it will post that alert in that same existing ticket, okay. So that means our this monitoring system is very smart, and it is helping us to work perfectly, okay. And this is all with today's session. Thank you for watching this. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.